of need once herself to now giving back in a big way to the homeless community, Sandi McMillion joins us to talk about her resilient journey and her aspirations of launching a food truck. Sandi, thank you so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to have you and to talk about your story. Now, your story is so inspiring, and I know it's going to inspire so many people. Tell us where it all started.
It all started in 2018. I lived in Nevada, California, and I wasn't able to go home with my family. So I wanted to have Thanksgiving, and so the Spirit spoke to me and said, cook for those who don't have. So I made a dinner, and I took it and I fed it to the homeless. And that's the day that I knew what my calling was, because that day was actually a day that was going to be a bad day for me. But when I did that and it helped other people, it woke me up.
I can imagine. Work like that definitely, I can imagine, wakes you up to what your real purpose is.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to your personal story and why this means so much to you, you yourself were at one point homeless.
Yeah.
How did you overcome that obstacle and land where you are here today?
I finally decided I wanted to get clean and sober, sought help, ended up in Marin County, ended up going to a place called Ritter Center, and those people, they helped me to heal, and I went from hurting to healing to helping. I call it the Triple H effect.
Triple H effect.
Yes, and so I vowed that I would give back because I had taken so much from people and from life, and I wanted to give back, and I wanted to be purposeful. So I ended up in Marin County, got sober, got clean, started feeding the homeless, and I've been doing it for the last 4.5 years. You know, and I try to do everything that I can to feed the people when I can and how I can, as much as I can.
That's so beautiful that you do that. Now let's talk about some of the meals that you make and how often you make them. When you're serving up these meals, what do you like to cook?
My famous meal is fried chicken with smothered potatoes, cornbread.
Ooh, that sounds good, Sandi.
And greens. And then another meal that I really love to make is baked chicken, macaroni and cheese, and sweet potato mash. And I try to make the meals healthy for them, and I always make sure that the meal is hot when I give it to them. And I just love feeding the people who are without, because when you're out there, and I know how it feels because I've slept in my car, I've done without food. I know how that feels when you feel that you're at the very bottom and there's no one that cares, and someone comes and says, here's a hot meal, I want you to have this, and to know that someone still cares.
Yeah.
So for me, feeding the homeless and people who are without does so much more for me. I don't even think that people know that it does more for me probably than it does for them.
Yeah.
Because in order to keep it, you have to give it away.
Yeah, and now you're serving these meals from your home, but your ultimate goal is to get a food truck and to be able to serve these meals from a food truck, right?
Yes, and I am currently working towards getting that food truck. I have a team of people who, on Christmas Day, I was featured in a local newspaper, and people got in contact with the editor and the reporter, and that person got in contact with me, and those people volunteered and made a group of people come together, and they've been working with me ever since, and we're trying to get enough money to get a food truck, and with the food truck, I could feed so many more people, and I could feed at least 2 to 3 times a week. As of now, it's been kind of difficult because things come up. My truck is almost on its last leg. I'm having a struggle with that. But no matter what, I'm gonna feed.
Yeah.
If God gives me the means, then I'm gonna do it, because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I have to do.
Well, thank you so much, Sandy, for joining us here on Live in the Bay and sharing your story. We appreciate it so much.
And we also have a GoFundMe, Soul Food with Love is the name of it.
Soul
So
Food with Love.
anyone and everyone can help, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank you.
To help Sandy reach her goal, we'll have a link on our website at liveinthebay.tv.